petition to Parliament earlier on this morning on in support of the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Prophetess Prim to just go through the piece.
Good afternoon to you all, and thank you for coming again. Zimbabwe Presidential Scholarship Alumni Association for Economic Development, ZIPSA, as a representation of the beneficiaries of the Zimbabwe Presidential National Scholarship Program, support the Constitution of Zimbabwe Amendment Bill number 3, herein referred as CAB 3. ZIPSA for Economic Development is constituted by skilled professionals drawn from law, social sciences, pure sciences, philosophy, agriculture, among others, produced by the initiative of the Zimbabwe Presidential and National Scholarship Program through the ZANU-PF-led government, a testament of the commitment to human capital development, economic transformation, and modernization of the Republic of Zimbabwe. Our support of CAB 3 is premised on the following reasons. Number 1, CAB 3 and its underlying objectives are in alignment with Vision 2030. Of importance to note is that the national development strategies require intentional stability, policy continuity, and sufficient time horizons for execution and consolidation of the national programs. The extension of the presidential terms to 7 years, which runs concurrently with the lifespan of the current parliament, would avail the country political economy enough time to plan and implement national development programs. This will propel Zimbabwe from the grip of past economic challenges. Due to the prohibitive economic costs associated with elections, with approximately US 188 million for the 2023 harmonized elections, extensions of the presidential term would not only be politically compelling but also economically sound, as it enables the executive the opportunity to augment, ring-fence, and secure the economic resources needed to secure national development projects without diverting them to fund the country's political economy. ZIPSA for Economic Development is of the solid view that CAB 3 and its underlying objectives are in alignment with the regional, international instruments and best practices in sync with Zimbabwe's Vision 2030. The National Development Strategy's global good practices on constitutional reform or development, the Africa Union AU Agenda 2063, and the country's imperative to achieve United Nations UN Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. These domestic and international policy instruments require Zimbabwe to strengthen its constitutional architecture to achieve institutional political stability, policy continuity and execution, and consolidation of national programs. ZIPSA's view is that CAB 3 aligns with modern constitutional theories and practices, which are predicted on the idea that constitutions should not be static but constantly evolve to reflect the dynamics of the country's social, legal, economic, and political landscape. The Constitution of Zimbabwe 2013 was adopted 13 years ago. This means there is need to amend it to ensure that it remains an alive instrument of constitutional maintenance, allowing it to adapt to a new social, legal, political, and institutional realities in Zimbabwe. CAB is in alignment with the international instruments such as the International Covenant on Civil Rights and Political Rights, ICCPR, the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, ICESCR, and the African Charter on Human and People Rights, which Zimbabwe is a state party to. These international instruments obligate states to balance between the realization of civil and political rights and socio-economic rights. CAB 3 achieves this balance, enabling Zimbabwe to further strengthen its democracy in sync with its international obligation. The Zimbabwe Constitution 2013 itself allows an amendment under prescribed procedures. ZIPSA for Economic Development maintains that CAP 3 complies fully with both the substantive and the procedural requirements of these procedures, reinforcing the constitutional principle which states that the constitutional evolution should occur within the parameters and not outside of our constitutional order. ZIPSA for Economic Development further states that modern constitutional design and legal theories recognize that the legitimacy of any constitutional amendment process is founded upon the following pillars: constitutional reform, procedural and institutional compliance, and strengthening of democratic accountability. CAP 3 complies with all three pillars of the constitutional reform, in that it will be debated in Zimbabwe Parliament, a democratic body constitutionally designated to amend the constitution, among several duties. The Parliament of Zimbabwe, which embodies representatives and participatory democracy, is duly empowered by Section 117 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe 2013. Section 117.2 A of the Constitution of Zimbabwe 2013 confers power on the Parliament of Zimbabwe to amend the Constitution in accordance with Section 328. Through the Parliament of Zimbabwe, CAP 3 has been subjected to public and political scrutiny, thereby ensuring democratic oversight in line with international best practices governing constitutional reform and modification. ZIPSA for Economic Development posits that the amendment process derives its authority from the Constitution itself. Lawful amendment therefore affirms the Constitution as the supreme legal instrument governing institutional change. A. Legality. Where all procedural requirements are met, the reform process remains grounded in the law rather than arbitrary executive or political action. B. Predictability in governance. Formal constitutional amendments can provide legal certainty and institutional clarity regarding governance arrangement, transitional mechanisms, and state processes. C. Constitutional flexibility. A constitution that permits orderly amendment demonstrates resilience and adaptability, enabling reform extra-legal disruptions. E. Institutional refinement. Adjustments to government structures may, depending on their content, improve administrative efficiency, clarify mandates, or better align institutions with national development priorities. Amendments that refine electoral systems, judicial administration, or executive legislative relations can deepen democratic practice rather than undermine it. ZIPSA for Economic Development maintains that there is no inherent reason why Amendment Bill number 3 violates these principles. On the contrary, we firmly state that the amendments made through lawful procedures reinforce the rule of law. Given the opportunity, adjustments to institutional design can strengthen rather than weaken constitutional governance. Without doubt, constitutional flexibility is itself a hallmark of resilient constitutionalism. Therefore, CAP 3 is founded on constitutional supremacy, as it proposes the election of the president by Parliament, a constitutional body duly elected by the people of Zimbabwe. This is an important constitutional flexibility and institutional refinement, which further entrenches democracy in the country. Worldwide, constitutional amendments are routine and necessary. Democracy regularly amend constitutions to improve governance. Globally, extended presidential terms are widely recognized as strategic mechanisms for enabling sustained policy implementations and national development. Countries such as Algeria, Azerbaijan, and Israel operate with 7-year presidential terms, while Egypt, Russia, Mexico, and Finland maintain 6-year terms. In conclusion, ZIPSA for Economic Development emphasizes the need to balance the exercise of electoral democracy with socio-economic rights and other developmental priorities. CAP 3 achieves this equilibrium by ensuring that elected officials implement their electoral mandate through transformative policies without the interruptions associated with a frequent electoral cycle. The underlying philosophy of CAP 3 is to reorient and reorganize the political economy of Zimbabwe in sync with the country's developmental imperative. In buttress electoral democracy in Zimbabwe with economic democracy, further strengthening the rule of law, uplifting the livelihood of the people and their human dignity. A presidential 7-year term will promote a good governance approach through facilitating executive long-term planning, reducing policy disruptions, and enhancing the effectiveness of national development initiatives. We are in full support of CAP 3. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the liaison director, for reading. I think I would give the floor if any of you would have questions. Definitely, our presser cannot go without questions. It's a very rich one. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, my name is Jonathan. I'm a journalist. I just wanted to commend you for making this stand, making your views known, which is very good. What I would like to know is, first and foremost, I would like to, as a journalist, this is the constitutional amendment number 3 bill, as opposed to constitutional amendment bill number 3. You get it?
Number 3 bill.
Yeah, as in the media, we are not in the business of miscommunicating. But again, thanks for, like I said, for making this sense. I also noted you only upped on presidential term. Did you sort of like also refer to other,
Clauses,
the other amendments within the bill?
Yes, our full submission to Parliament touches on every clause. Yes. This is just a summary to you guys, the media team. And the reason why we hyped on the presidential term is we consider it as the very important one, significant one, especially in line with socio-economic development for a longer term. So it doesn't only go as a presidential term or whatever, but it goes as election cycle, the longevity of development. So the 7-year term is a hallmark. It's actually more than a 7-year. It means a lot. It's a hallmark that comes with development. So that's why we hyped on it. Yeah.
Okay. If I can just add on to what Dr. Nkani said, in our full parliamentary submissions, we just didn't speak on what you have raised, but we spoke onto the issue of the Gender Commission being connected to one with the Human Rights Commission, the issue of the judicial appointments. We raised all those issues that are addressed by the amendment CAP 3. So it's captured in our submissions. As he already indicated that this is just a summary. If we were to read everything that we submitted, we'd spend the whole day here.
Yeah.
So this is our submission to Parliament today. As you can see, there's a stamp there. So stamp there.